I'll go on go, alright? Three,
Yeah.
2, 1, go! Alright, guys. So this is Mega Man 2, which I'm pretty sure you figured out at this point. It is what's called the zipless category, and it's a category where you can't use any major glitches pretty much to get through the whole game. There are some minor ones I'll employ, and I'll try to talk about them as I do them. But there's 3 categories. There's Buster only, where you can only use your regular shooter unless you have to use a regular, weapon. There's Zipless, where you can't enter into the screen and exit another location. And then that's kind of what Zips are. It's basically you can maneuver him in outside of the map into the blocks at the top, for example, and he'll come flying, ejecting out another part of the map. But I play Zipless. So do a bunch of these guys that are in the room right here. I don't know about PP time, guys. I got hit by the second enemy of the game, but I'll try to explain things as I come across them. But I've got Mazimov in the chat with me, who just ran Mega Man 3 with us.
Yep, no.
So hopefully you guys can hear him too. But there are different boss orders, and this is not the ideal one if you're going for a personal best. This is the safe strats, as I like to call them, just so I don't die on a marathon stream. But yeah. So anyway.
I mean, nobody wants to die while they are running, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, no. That's not the quickest way to kill Flashman, but it wasn't a bad fight. But I'm running my own splits, which you guys can't see. But my personal best in this game is a 30:01, and I actually got it last night while practicing for today, so it's kind of happy. But yeah. So Flashman, you run to the end of the level and kill Flashman. There's nothing in it of substance. Airman's got some tricks, and he's up next. Thank you, guys. Wow, I got a lot of good lucks. Can't mess up now. I am not the best at this. There's a bunch of strats that I don't employ. Some of them are a little safer. I'm gonna try to go a little crazy today. I'll try to do some of the strats that will make Llama Pal in the chat room cringe a little bit, but yeah. So I think I solidified the number 9 in the zipless category, position number 9 in the world. So I'll take that for now.
I mean, top 10 to get a top 10 on Mega Man leaderboards.
I know. Mega Man leaderboards, especially for Mega Man 2, and especially since Zipless has been revitalized in general, are absolute insanity. I feel bad for the guys who got to verify the runs, because there's 10,000 of us who are playing the game. But anyway, hold on a second. I don't want to get killed by these Zeus guys. You saw me kind of jump into the right off the screen a little bit, and it was to get them to spawn sooner, so I can make this jump easily. And that is a little bit tricky. That took probably 9,000 attempts before I get it pretty solidly, but... jump...
I'm still in love with that post buffer.
Yeah, there's a lot of nuances and bugs in this game. The jumping mechanic wastes extra frames in certain scenarios, and other scenarios you want to jump. Especially when you're jumping off corners or down, like, chutes. Health pickups are terrible when you're speedrunning, and I think this game is just going to get... Look at this. 700 health pellets so far. Airman, the actual fight itself can go one of 4 ways. He's got 4 patterns. One is significantly better than the others, and he did not throw it to me, and I missed the first shot. So if I didn't miss that first shot, he would have been dead in 2 cycles, but I got him in 3. The real strats for this game are to actually run Airman first, because he's RNG heavy, especially the fight itself. Gotta love the, yeah, I forgot the split. You gotta love Dr. Light, by the way. Tells Mega Man a story for 5 minutes here.
Oh yeah. How long do you think you've been sitting here waiting you start speed running.
How many times has Dr. Light sent me messages? Is that what you're asking?
No, actually, how long do you think you you waited like
For
with all
Dr.
your
Light?
runs together?
I, I mean,
Probably watching talking for like 4 hours straight.
you know it's 43 seconds slower in the American version. So 43
Mhm.
plus whatever it is times 417 attempts. So, a long time. An embarrassing amount of time wasted. So, these are going to be hard to explain because I got to pay attention to the lasers and stuff. But, when you could hit your head on the ceiling before falling down, it's always wise to do it. It saves a handful of frames. Which you'll see me do a lot in this stage especially. But in general, you don't want to jump and waste frames. But when you can hit your head, you fall faster. Like here, and here, and here, which is a kind of dangerous one. That one I'm not going to do for the purpose of this run, or you'll be watching me continue. So this first little walker guy shoots a bullet perfectly at you. You could just go damage boosting through him. This one takes a little more damage, but you can also boost through him. You definitely don't want to be caught fighting those two guys, because this would turn into a speed walking session instead of speed running. Those guys take a lot of shots. Alright, Quickman's the other RNG heavy enemy, or Robot Master. The key is just not to miss him when he's low like that. There's a way to pin him in the corner. World record strats do it. Lamapal does it. I think Maz even does it. I do not. I like to tempt my fate and do a little dance with him. But the little dance paid off because that was a decent fight. Llama, you need to stream more point and click adventures. On to Metal Man. This stage, you saw me use Flash earlier, but Flash again will prevent these little cranes from coming down and smashing Mega Man in the face. These little these little treadmills will push you faster, but they work against you when you're running the opposite direction. These little drill things have one pattern that's not RNG, and then the rest is RNG. If you can get through the room like that, you know exactly where they're going to show up, which is kind of nice. If you make a mistake there, you would have saw me taking drill after drill, and there's nothing you can do about it. So, this is a little bit of a tricky jump. These jokers come down here. You want to sneak underneath them, which I did not do for you, but it shouldn't be that bad. And then these guys, you can soar right over the top with a nicely placed item number 2. Jump over this little tower. Switch to Quickman. There's a cool little trick for the Metal Man fight, which you guys are going to enjoy. Metal Man best weapon. You know what, Infinite Mystery, when you learn to speedrun it, you never use Metal Man. So if you walk through this gate while holding the shoot button and not letting it go, you actually pin Metal Man in the corner. He doesn't move, he just takes the boomerangs and gets bodied. There you go. There's an example of somebody getting bodied.
Who do you think is the worst, Mega Man 1 or
You cut. You're chopping up on me, Mazzy. I'm sorry. What'd you say?
I said, which bosses do you think are the worst?
Worst? For Mega Man 2 specifically?
No, Mega Man 2 or Mega Man 1, because I know with the like glitch, I mean pretty instead of.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Mega Man 1, like you just said, you could pause buffer the guy to death. It makes it kind of easy most of the fights.
Yep.
But if you're not going to zip in Mega Man 1, you're really going to have trouble. Most experts will do, what's his name? Cutman first? No, Electman, sorry.
Yeah.
And if you do it in that order, I struggle. I hate Electman with the pea shooter.
Oh man, I can get it right, that's for sure.
He's a pain. I think the Mega Man 1 bosses are easier just because of that glitch, but... I'm sorry, I stopped describing this level. So all the stuff you just saw were just item skips that take time and practice to do. These big fish here take 3 blades to kill. Llama, don't get mad at me for doing the mini jump there. There's a frame perfect jump you could do there to avoid an item pickup. And he told me, just pick up the item, and I didn't do it. But I made it, Mazzy. Don't get worried. In a minute, you're going to see me. But I'm just so used to doing it now. This is kind of just muscle memory in terms of Bubble Man stage. Here's another RNG boss that could take 3 seconds to beat him or up to 6 with lag. Let's see what he throws at me. So this is going to be the slowest you can fight him. About 3.5, 4 seconds. Yeah, another fun fact, if people start picking up this game, is that Bubble Man, to get sucked out of the level, takes an extra 2.5 seconds, and most of the zipless guys split the moment you get sucked out, and you're so tempted to mash that space bar or whatever button you have for splits that it feels like an eternity, those extra 2.5.
Oh my god, yep. Seems like it's forever.
Alright, Heat Man stage. This is the, what I like to call the end of most of my runs. It's technical in multiple ways, and most of it is doing a dance with item number 2, and not wasting enough, and then completing the level without doing anything if you have enough. So there's mistake number 1. I burnt an item 2 when I shouldn't have. That was fine, but now I'm going to have to go back up strategies here because I used too much item 2. So normally you do this little head lure here. I'm going to do it anyway for you guys. But now I don't have enough item 2 to make the big gap, so I'm going to have to go back up here. Which I did successfully. So we should be good. Normally you could do that a little bit quicker, but I'm more interested in completing this run, explaining things, and not dying, so... So, in this game, Mazzy had alluded to the pause buffer. At the height of your jump, as soon as you're on your way back down, if you pause the game quickly and unpause it, actually it doesn't even need to be quickly, if you just pause the game and unpause it, Mega Man juts forward a handful of frames, enough to make impossible jumps if you need to. For the zipless run, you really only need to do it if you're going to die, like I was going to die there if I didn't do it. But, Heat Man's got multiple patterns too.
Can save your life. It's really handy.
Yeah, absolutely. Michael Bublé got wrecked. That is a true statement, Princess. He's gonna do the damn suicide drop in Wily too. It drives me crazy. Llama, there's a good chance. Thank you guys. Thank you. The whole Mega Man 2 crew is in the chat right now, which is nice having support from these guys. I also have people in the room here with me that also stream Mega Man 2 and also play other games.
Gotta love Mega Man 2.
Oh yeah. Alright, here's another place I diverge on these splits. For some reason, I mentally have to do Crash Man next. Every other speedrunner except for Emotus and me do Crash Man. No idea why. It doesn't matter which boss order you go for these last two, so it's just whatever you feel more comfortable with, but I feel like most people do Woodman.
Yeah. The boat, I mean, for the zipline. Technical, I think.
What, Crash Man?
The three, Eatman, Woodman, and Crashman.
Yeah, all three of them, I agree. And of course, they're the last three when you're having a good run.
Yep.
So Crashman, you'll notice that these little rooms right here, that when I was a kid I used to ride them around with Metal Man that take 5 minutes each room, can be bypassed completely in about 2 seconds. So it's kind of fun to see that and see people playing it for the first time. other thing you'll see is me grabbing the ladder way above just walking up. It's because this game allows you to wrap at the top of the screen as if you jumped on the ladder and grabbed it way up high. So it comes in handy in places like this where these birds hit you and you fall up top instead of down the ladder. These little birdies right here are the bane of my existence. What separates me from like 7th and 8th place is the ability to do these ladder climbs correctly. These are not the correct way to do these ladder climbs, but they've gotten me this far. Alright, Crashman has 2 patterns. One in which you can kill him instantly. Let's see if I get it. Nope. And the other one where it takes 2 jumps to get him. You saw the 2 jump. The other one, he just jumps exactly vertically. And you hit him with both hurricanes and he's done.
So, never seen it. Menchu is telling you to...
You keep cutting out on me, Maz. I don't know if it's me in Discord. I heard Manchu is telling you to ...
Oh, sorry. I said Menchu is telling you to dial he's gonna make...
Damn it, Mazzy.
For his own later.
I keep losing you.
Hey, I'm just a messenger here. I'm sorry.
So here's another example of a stage that I do not do correctly, but it's ingrained in me. I waste my item number 2. I spend it on the first room, which is completely unnecessary. Oop, bad menu. Completely unnecessary to do. And these guys pull off 2 skips that I can't do later because I have no item number 2. But we like to call it the Harambe skip. We dedicate it to the Gorilla Harambe. I don't know why, but it will always be called the Harambe skip. In which case, I cannot throw item number 2 here. So I fight these gorillas with my blades. And while I could do it very quickly, it's not as quick as just going right past the screen with item number 2, as you could imagine. It's also a very hard skip, so I'm not being a pansy. It's hard to do. I wouldn't want to do that in a run like this. Once in a while, I'll throw it in there. I'm just not good at it. Well, Mazzy, do you do the Harambe skip?
Yes, but I'm only doing it because I'm really...
And then these roosters down here, you don't want to take one of these to the dome. They hit you, they knock you back, so... This is a real tough fight with Woodman here. He takes 1 hit from a fully charged Heatman to kill. Yeah, that was tough. He got bodied too. Okay, so I'm at about 1828. The timer on the screen is probably pretty close, actually. Infinite Mystery did a nice job. Not the best I've ever done here, but that's a pretty decent time. I'm on target for like a 3:05, maybe? Until I make a mistake, which is inevitable. Yeah, no roosters.
Doing pretty well.
The chat's talking about Harambe now. Alright, we enter Wily, which is a little different than Mega Man 3. I don't have to refight all the Mega Man 1 bosses. And there are really only 4 stages, boss refights, and then Dr. Wily himself. And I'm not going to spoil Dr. Wily's manifestation if nobody's seen this game before, but he's in a special suit. I don't know how to describe this. I'm just surfing over the toothpaste, whatever those things are. Yeah. Ramen noodle toothpaste. Again, I'm throwing item 3s up here so that you'll see that I jut way up the ladder. when I scroll into the next screen. Especially comes in handy right here, because it acts as a jump, and I can item switch to item 1 here. And then this room, remember doing this as a kid and just loving it so much, but that room is now, all you gotta do is item 1 across. There's nothing you do here other than climb this ladder, believe it or not. It looks like a nice ladder that you could do something with, but you can't. Item switching in this game costs more time than even getting up the ladder quicker, so. If you can master the item switch, you can really take time off your personal best if you try running this game. Ooh, that was not good. I was off my block, my usual block pattern. Here, we'll hit the dragon for you for good measure with the boomerangs. That is not the quickest way to do it, but it is the safest way. I don't know why I went safe after turning around and hitting him in the face with boomerangs on the walk, but I went safe.
You did it for the show.
I did it for the show. I did it for the lulz. We deserve a pat on the back. You guys are on your best behavior. So am I, though. So I deserve an award, too. Enter Wily 2. There's really nothing to see here, either. There are a couple super highly risky strats that if you pull them off, your time savings equals a whole second. But I think somebody will have a heart attack if I try to do these right now. We'll see. We'll see what kind of mood I'm in when I get there. If I have a good stage. A little trick here, you hold up and to the right, and you fall directly into the pit. You use Flashman in the screen prior, because if you do it in this screen, Mega Man decides to stand still for like 6 frames. No reason at all. You get hit by this guy. And this is an interesting item 1 climb, but it's the quickest way to do it because you need an item 1 here. And then you want to hit the height of that chain so you don't fall backwards. And here would be the suicide drop. And I'm not going to do it.
Oh, come on.
Nah, I can't do it. I can't do it. That drop right there as you fall, it's a 1-frame window to fall in between the needles and the block. And actually, it saves a little bit of time. The bigger time savings is if you can kill Pico Kun, which is the name of this monster, and yourself at the exact same frame, you also get a quicker exit from the level, and the next level starts faster. Maybe I'll try to pull that one off. Let's see if I can do it. So I'm going to purposely take a hit here. Ah, I missed it. I didn't die, but I missed it, Mazzy. So you guys did not get to see it. You know, you warp from the top, the middle of the screen, rather at the way bottom. So you save a minute amount of time, and the next round starts. Wily 3. Oh, I got boozed for not doing the suicide drop. And I missed the double knockout.
People what they want.
I know, I gotta give the people what they want. This stage is kind of like a intermission. It's not very difficult, but it is very easy to make a minor mistake and just wipe out Mega Man. One of the guys in this room, Hazar 2K5, it's his favorite level. There it is. He just dropped it in the chat.
Yep. Just dropped the bomb.
He just dropped the Hazar Wily 3 Kappa. Again, this one's not that difficult. It's just a matter of knowing where to wiggle in between these spikes. This boss is a joke. He takes a whole quarter second to kill.
Still really stressful when you first... This is the kind of...
Yeah, he is. But the guts tank, I mean, come on. He has no
Never saw
difficulty.
anyone die on the Gust, and even though the first...
Yeah, me neither. I do a little dance usually to start the guts tank. Oops, and I screwed it up. I had to do a 3 jump, Maz.
Trying to play it smart there.
Yeah. I'm still pretty good on time, by the way.
It's a pretty clean run so far. It's really, really good.
Yeah, well, until Wily 4. Let's see how this goes. So Wily 4 is another run-ending round, just like Heatman. One mistake in this level and you're in trouble. You're going to see me attempt better ladder climbs in here eventually, but, I mean, I'm not very good at these right now. I might be a little quiet during the spike rooms just so I can pay attention. I don't need to die in the spike rooms.
And that's pretty much what there was to that stage, is spikes.
Yeah. Purple hell. Yeah, 3 jumps, I'm getting... Thanks, Groot. I love you too, buddy. So, this first room here, just a matter of a nicely placed item 1. Again, I'm not doing world record strats. I'm certainly not doing them in this round. The way I do this next round gives people heart attacks. Not this room. The next one. There is a much simpler, safer, and sometimes faster. Not all the time. This can actually be faster if you do it correctly. And I did it correctly! Alright, these walker guys, you gotta lay them down. You gotta body them, just like that. You walk right through that soldier's bullet, because you don't want to, whatever they're called, Sniper Joe. You don't want to kill him, because you don't want to get an item drop at this point, especially if you're having a good run. Item drops are not good. Alright, the famous moonbeams, or boo beams, whatever they're called. I do this terribly wrong. Oops. Oh my god.
Oh no.
No, I didn't. I'm not gonna die. It's just a really bad beginning. The catch with this level is these enemies only can get hit by crash bombs, and the only way to destroy the barriers are with crash bombs. So, it gets a little tricky in that respect. I tried to do an expert strat there and failed at it, but took him down. Took him down. I did 900 pause buffers for no reason at all. Wow, I had a crummy Wily 4 on these splits last night. With all those mistakes, I only lost a 1/10 of a second, Mass.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not good. Well, it is good. Means I could do better. But alright, the boss refights. I'm going to go in a very particular order, because you want to do as little item switching as possible. And I just smoked Quickman. Oh, this is the same thing that happened the night it ended my run. Look at this. Yeah, that's the same thing that happened that night. I don't know how I've been missing that second pattern. So that is beyond anything I can explain why that's been happening to me lately.
Ooh, yeah, sweet quick fight. Sorry, it's for...
Yeah, well, wait till you see the crash fight. I made up for it, don't worry.
Okay, yeah. Oh.
It goes on for a little while, Matt.
Oh my god, what happened there?
I don't know. That's okay.
Oh yeah.
Wouldn't have been a PB anyway, but it was actually on a decent pace.
It would have been a real marathon run if it didn't happen.
So all these guys you guys saw, the only difference here is you're going to use Metal Blades with Metal Man because one hit kills him. Everyone else is pretty much the items you saw me use in the actual stages, the robot fight, or the 8 Robot Master stages. Oh, here we go. Wily Machine. There is a arguably faster strat than what you're about to see, but I'm not very good at it, and it's much more advantageous when playing Rockman 2 or Mega Man 2 on difficult. So, I could do Mega Man 1 next. The only question I have is, do you mind if me and Mazzy both did it and turned it into a race for these guys?
You want to do a race?
Yeah, these Infinite Mysteries asking me to play Mega Man 1. I'll play Mega Man 1 in race format if you could do that.
Or you can just do a race.
You don't want to play?
Nah, I'm gonna be alright.
Okay. I could do Mega Man 1. I'll do it solo. It's only a 20-minute run anyway. Although I haven't played it in 8 weeks. This might not be pretty.
Oh yeah. Well, it's like bicycle. I mean, you never lose my.
That's true. I'm getting a lot of quick kill demands, so. Got him. Quick kill. 30-13. Yeah. Not bad. Pretty good run for a marathon, Mazzy.
Stood up to the plate.
There you go, MGND. Oh, I got it. Don't you worry, Llama. Thank you, buddy. Infinite Mystery wants me to fill up space. We finished so fast, Mazzy. We're just so fantastic at these games.
My God, that's a yep. That was a 19. If
Yeah?
we're talking about while on the timer, yeah.
Yeah? 30-13 on my end. Alright.
Yeah, the timer was maybe a little 30-13. I mean, that's an incredible time.
Yeah.
Sweet.
You ready for not so incredible?
We'll see.
We are going to play Mega Man 1 next. Because I don't know
Yeah,
why.
unfortunately,